Hey guys, Go with Camera 23 here, and welcome to episode 16 of First Watch. Now last week I did Goodfellas, and this week going to be a theatrical release, and it's going to be definitely my most anticipated horror film of the year, one of my most anticipated of the year. I've heard mixed things about it. It's kind of a love it or hate it film. So I'm guessing more people who hate it are kind of fans of the original, but at the same time fans of this remake might be fans of the original as well, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it is Evil Dead, not The Evil Dead. It's not called The Evil Dead, it's called Evil Dead 2013. So really looking forward to checking this one out. That's all I need to say about it really. Obviously Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are, I think, kind of executive producers on it, so it's going to have... it's had their blessing, which is not a thing that a lot of horror remakes get nowadays. But again, really looking forward to checking it out. I've heard it's very gory, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a big gore hound. The more gore, the better, in my opinion. So if it's half as gory as a Red Band trailer, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'll say I might be able to get some footage of the cinema again, but I might not bother. But anyway, let's go. Yeah, there we have the poster for the Evil Dead. That is a kick-ass poster if I do say so. Not myself, because I didn't design it. Yep, so there's a poster. I'm outside the cinema right now. View. Make sure there's nobody around. I also want to show you this poster as well. This is my favourite film of the year so far. Amazing film, go and see it if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll see that again on Wednesday. Fucking amazing film, absolutely amazing. So yeah, see you when I get out. We've got about 20 minutes to wait, but yep, see you in a bit. Hey guys, just got back from Evil Dead. Whew, was that an experience? Woo, doggy! I loved it. I really loved it. For the time I was there with the film, I absolutely loved it. There were a couple of niggles, but we'll get to that later. Basic plot is Jane Levy plays Mia, who she, her brother, his girlfriend, and their friend and their other friend go to a cabin in the woods because she's kind of recovering. Well, she's going cold turkey. I think it's heroin. I think it is. So they go to the cabin in the woods to kind of wean her off the heroin, and they find this. This book in the basement, and this guy stupidly reads he says do not read, but he reads this kind of scripture kind of stuff, which awakens the evil that lay dormant, and basically it infects Mia, and they kind of then crazy shit starts happening, and they kind of need to find a way to stop it. Obviously it's I think more of a reimagining than a remake of the classic 1981 Sam Raimi horror with Bruce Campbell. But yeah, I think if it wasn't a remake, I think it wouldn't make it worse, but it wouldn't particularly make it better either. Yes, I'll get to the performances first. Jane Levy as Mia was really good. She has to invoke a lot of different emotions. I kind of preferred her when she was kind of like the evil spirit. And I'll say now there will be minor spoilers in this little review, so just be careful. I'll put it in the header as well. There's big spoilers, but anyway. Yeah. And also Shiloh Fernandez, who I've never heard of, plays her brother, and and their mother was in a mental institution and she died, and then it's kind of clear that obviously he hasn't been there for many years, and I honestly can't remember who the other people are. Then of course there's indie film favourite Lieutenant Pucci playing their friend, and he's the guy who stupidly reads this scripture out in this book. And even first of all, it's wrapped in barbed wire, which is it's wrapped in kind of a bin bag or something, which is then wrapped in barbed wire, so that's a kind of an indication that you shouldn't touch it. And then he stupidly reads this stuff out that says do not read, do not see, do not hear, or something like that, which is completely stupid. That's the main kind of, not gripe, but kind of, not disappointment either, but kind of that I thought wouldn't happen, was the stupid things to do. Like, he stupidly reads out this scripture, even though it says all that stuff. And also, it's just like, it's like just get on with it. It's like again, the spoilers. Again, there's a bit where they found that they have to kill Mia to kind of get rid of this evil spirit. And he's like, he covers the whole house in kind of flammable gasoline or whatever. And he has a lighter in his hand, and I was thinking, just throw it down. How hard is it? Just throw it down. I mean, I know it's your sister and everything, but again, it's just that kind of, and also like stupidly like going down into the basement. And there's a bit where they're walking down the stairs into the cellar, and like the first step is like just about to crack, and then someone else goes down. It's just obvious that it's setting up for something. But it's really great, and also the brother's girlfriend. I think that's right. Yeah, brother's girlfriend again. I don't know. I can't remember the actress name, but I don't know if it's bad or not, but I actually forgot that she was in the actual film. And she was kind of introduced kind of at the beginning. Then I just forgot about her. I don't know if that's the film if the film's not kind of what's the word, like kind of the character development wasn't very good, or it was just me not paying attention. But I completely forgot about her. And that's the other kind of the gripe I have with the film, is the fact that again I mean, is it bad that I actually wanted the evil to win? Is that a bad thing? I mean, it's not that I didn't care about the characters, because I really did. It's just well, I guess I didn't care about a couple of them, but anyway, really good film. Quite good music as well. I can't remember his Jorge something, I think. It's a couple of musical cues which were really good, I thought. On the gore in this, oh baby, there's a lot of gore in this. It's even from like the first scene, there's like fire and shotguns and stuff, and then it kind of slows down a bit to kind of set up all the characters and stuff, but then it goes into absolute overdrive. Oh, it's amazing. And also the thing that I really like was the fact that I think it was like 95–98% kind of on-screen practical effects, which is absolutely amazing. You don't get that in horror films. Horror films these days. Kind of practical effects I thought was amazing. Again, I think it was like 2% kind of CGI stuff, which is absolutely amazing. Some really cringe-worthy moments in this. Ones of note being Mia's trying to kind of get away from this the spirit. She's like in a crawl space, and the spirit kind of gets a machete and kind of sticks it in the wall, and if she got a knee up like that, it kind of slices her knee, and it well, you can't really see, but it kind of slices her knee and kind of pulls it back. And I thought, oh god, horrible. And again, there's lots of blood. Oh, in the finale, oh my god, there was a lot of blood. The spirit kind of crushes her arm under a car. God, it's horrible. And she just she has to pull. Her hand gets caught. And she just kind of pull her hand off. Basically, pull the skin of her hand off to get this chainsaw to kill the spirit. I thought it was absolutely the practical effects in this were absolutely amazing. The fact that they managed to get all this stuff was really good. And also the kind of reference to, I think it's Evil Dead 2, where Ash cuts his arm off and his girl cuts her arm off. It's like with some kind of electric kind of carving knife thing, and she kind of cuts her arm off, and there's like a shitload of blood. And then she kind of stands up, and the two guys come into the room, and her arm's just hanging off with the kind of the viscera or whatever, the veins or bones and shit, and it just kind of drops to the floor. It's horrible. Like I said, the time I was kind of with the film, I totally enjoyed it, but it's like it didn't kind of blow me away like I hope it would do. Maybe that's me setting my expectations too high. I'm not quite sure, but it didn't go woof, this is the best horror remake of all time. It just didn't. It was really well made, but it didn't kind of really like blow me away. So the times with it, I was good, but I'm not kind of. With films I really like, I can always tell there's a film I like when like the second I come out I want to go and see it again, which I didn't really get with this film. But again, so nothing wrong with the making of it. I thought it was really good. Again, character development was a little bit weak at times. Sometimes I didn't kind of care about a couple of the characters. The gore was amazing. The acting was really good. The direction was really good as well. The music was good. The gore was great. And so as a kind of an overall, I was kind of worried as well, because I walked into the I walked into the screen and I was like the only person there. So I was thinking, oh, am I going to be the only person to see this? I mean, cause you should know with horror films, it's better if you kind of see it with people. And also the audience saw it with weren't very kind of into it. I don't know, those kind of films, kind of where I live, it's like nobody like, no, because you'd think they'd be like, ooh, and I mean, I think I was into it more than anybody else, but again, I'm a really big gore hound, so that helps as well. I went, but then kind of like people kept filtering in, and I was like, oh, thank God, there's people to see it as well, because it was kind of a early evening showing, so there wasn't as many people. But I couldn't go to basically what it is, I could go to a later showing, but in a smaller screen, or an earlier showing, but in a bigger screen, which I chose to do because I prefer bigger screens, to be honest, and also there's kind of more people as well. Yeah, so as a film, as a kind of overall horror movie experience, cinema experience, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 all the ways, non-stop gore, horror, quite a lot of jump scares as well, but I kind of saw a few of those coming. There were some little bits that kind of stopped it from being, this is amazing. So yeah, so I'll give it 8 out of 10 as a film, but horror movie experience, give it 10 out of 10. Really loved it. I recommend it if you're a horror fan. I know kind of really big fans of the original Evil Dead might think that oh, it's an Evil Dead remake. It's like a remake of my favourite of an amazing horror film. I'm not going to go and see it. But if you're just a fan of horror in general, I'd say go and see it. If you kind of see it on its own merits, you'll enjoy it a lot more. There's also you should stay after the credits because there's a little post-credit scene. So yeah, give it 10 out of 10 for horror movie experience, 8 out of 10 for a film. So yeah, that's about it. That's been episode 16 of First Watch. Oh, and also I'll be doing a written review of this as well on my WordPress blog. I'll put a link to that down below. I've just started doing written film reviews. I've reviewed 2 films so far, for Ellen and Place Beyond the Pines. So please go to that to check the written review of this out. So yeah, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.